All right, hey, look at that. V-Rodder first in tonight. Big D can't be first in tonight because he's on the damn show. Oh, my goodness. Big D is in the house. I love it when guys that are always with us are suddenly in the sidecar and on the show with us. Big D, part of the SmokeOut Garage Build-Off this year. Stoked to have him on tonight. Lots of stuff to get to, man. Harley-Davidson has a new CEO. How about that? XAM Biker in the house. The Mighty Quinn is here with us. Mark and Heather are both on the show tonight. Both of them in-house, ready to go. Heather made it back to health. Judge Denson here. Tim Stahl, what's up, buddy? So good. Going to be a great show tonight. We also have Chip from the Four Corners Rally coming on. That's going to be awesome to catch up with him. He actually got to sit down with the new CEO, and I'm trying to think, like, the new CEO's name is Artie Starrs, and I either think, like, that could have been a Howard Stern co-host, you know, like, Howard Stern today live with Artie Starrs, or something.
Actually, I think it's more like Scooby-Doo character type deal, like Marvel comic.
Hey,
definitely.
look, the demon was Artie Starrs, and I'd have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
I want to know that when I type, hey, XIN, why did it autocorrect to Xanax? I'm just curious.
Because the computers had a hell of a week,
Is there something I don't know?
Josh Collins in the house with us. Evil Rick is here. I like saying his name like that. Evil Rick.
You got to do your evil voice, though, when you do it. Like when you're talking to Mr. Smalls. Oh, my God.
Too much of our personal life is ending up on this show. Hey, man, listen, 2 minutes and 18 seconds until we go live with this one. That's enough time for you to hit the like and share button. Set your reminders so when we go live, you are there with us. Let your friends and neighbors know that every week for 319 episodes now, there is a two-wheel motorcycle talk and entertainment show. We talk about everything in the industry. We talk some shit, 90 to 120 minutes of all the bullshit we can fit. Good to have you guys with us. 2 minutes and John Palmer is walking in the door. Artie Lang was Howard's co-comedian. I know, right? So Artie Starrs would be a perfect fit. Becky Quivers Arling in the house. I'm so freaking happy to be here. She said, good evening, Pete's Rooster is saying logs. So just
logs.
I
think he's
logs. So just me tonight. That's okay. He can watch the replay.
You're the good one anyway, Becky.
Right?
We all know that.
Dodge Darien here. Chris No checking in from Darien, Connecticut. Right on. And based on that username, you must be at work. All right. Great show tonight. 30.
Is that Doge Darien?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
My bad eyes.
Is that a little political statement?
My bad eyes. My lion eyes. John Childers in the house. Bagger Bader with us. Let's go. Full send. Look, it's 54 seconds.
Go.
I think that's it. I think if we do this, we're going to be on time. Is everybody, is that what you're asking me? You want to be on time?
Yes.
Gary is here. So is Annie.
Aww.
I guess we'll go. So let's get this one out of the station.
Tom Banks.
Onto the tracks. Tom Banks, so good to see your name pop up.
We miss you, buddy.
Let's go live with Shop Talk. Here we go.
Welcome to Shop Talk, your all-access pass to the heart of the motorcycle world. Every week, we fire up the mics with riders, builders, legends, and celebrities, bringing you raw stories, wild rides, and real talk from the road and the garage. From custom builds to killer events, we're covering the culture that keeps your wheels turning through the week. New episodes drop every Sunday. Watch on YouTube or listen wherever you get your podcasts. This is more than a show. It's the sound of wrenches, good times, and the open road. This is Shop Talk. Now available on Cycle Source TV through Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android TV, iOS, and Android.
Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It is exactly 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 o'clock here in Mitchell, South Dakota, where we sit high atop Television Hill in the Clockworks campus. Thanks to the courtesy of the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network, we're coming to you live with Shop Talk. I'm Chris Cowan, your host for the next 90 to 120 minutes of two-wheel bullshit. Cycle Source Magazine, joined by my crew. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Just saying, this show is your personal life.
I know. I know. And you know what?
I hate to break the news. This is it.
It's funny, dude, because while shit's happening to me throughout the week, the nefarious ridiculousness that has become my life, I always think that. I'm like, I can't wait to talk about this on ShopTalk on Sunday. I can't wait to tell people how full of shit my life is. I can't wait.
And the greatest thing is, now with these handy dandy machines that we carry around, you can document it so people know that you're telling the truth. Because if you couldn't document,
Oh my
they'd be
God.
like, "You're full of poop."
Yep.
I
Were you
almost-
going to say shit?
I was. I don't
What's
think
your
my
mother?
mom's
Is your
watching.
mother watching, Heather?
I don't know. I don't think so. I
So-
think she gave up on us.
So speaking of how full of shit things are, I say this all the time, and I say it on this show. I talk about how this kind of shit only happens to us. This kind of shit really only happens to us. And the last 48 hours of my life have been so ridiculous that, like Heather said, I had to document them. And we're going to take a minute real quick here and look at the last 48 hours before I tell you what a bunch of bullshit this was.
All right, so let me get you up to speed. So, just pulling out of Love's right now, somewhere in the middle of the damn Wisconsin Dells. Because earlier today, coming through Chicago, I think I got on just the other side of Chicago, like Rockford or some shit. And found out that my differential was leaking. The van went into limp mode. I had to pull over to fix it, which I'm used to fixing broke ass shit, but the Sprinter has just recently gone out of warranty, so I'm not used to fixing this broke ass shit. The kind of shit that happens to us, I feel like only happens to us. Here I am on the side of the road, you know, with a roadside fix, no big deal. But then I go in the back of the truck where I have put a set of tools for fixing this truck, all except the outside torque sockets that I need to fix the damn cover on the differential. So as I stand there cursing because those tools weren't there, and a tornado comes through, and the
Right.
dry spot that
No
I
shit.
did have underneath the van, because I parked under the canopy at a gas station, soaking ass wet, everything wet.
So
Oh,
that
well.
was yesterday afternoon.
And I want to remind
Get
you
the
at that
differential
point.
fluid in it, tighten
I
up
said, how could
the
this
cover
get
on the
worse?
pumpkin.
You did not.
Oh, I did.
Seems
did
like the
not
limp
say
mode
that.
went away. And now we're up in the Wisconsin Dells. I had to stop for a shower because if there is another smell that's as bad on this planet as rear end grease, I don't know about it. Like, I can't stand it. So it was all over my clothes. I was soaking wet anyway. So I just took everything off, threw in the bowl in the back.
Hey, listen,
Man
don't
on
laugh.
the
Went into
go.
Love's and got a
Those
shower,
new
and
man
I
on the
said,
go
"Well,
bags that
before
they
like a
sell
human
are the
being."
cat's
So I
ass.
have
It's everything you need for a
about
shower for
500
$20
miles
bucks.
to go today, but at least I can do it without smelling that shit.
Okay, so 500 miles to go, right?
Okay, so remember I told you earlier, this shit only happens to us? The day is not over. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning here near Albert Lee, Minnesota, and the one side of my trailer hitch breaks and falls off. So of course I see sparks shooting out of the side of the truck, and I jack the trailer up with the tongue jack, and I ratchet strap the trailer up to the frame the best that I can, the hitch. And now I'm driving 3 miles an hour to the exit that's 4 miles away so that I can get this thing off of the highway and possibly not kill myself or someone else. This shit only happens to us. I swear to God.
So
Yep,
I have to tell
3
you,
miles an hour. 4 miles to go. So
And finally, about 45 minutes later, okay, about another half hour, and yay, we're finally at the exit. And the day still does not quit. At least I'm in a room. Try this shit again tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. First thing in the morning, we get to inspect the damage. You can see up in here, it just snapped. That whole plate just snapped. Sure, now the sun's out. Now it is. Yep, son of a bitch. So there's a couple things I realized here after this segment. Mm-hmm. My shit always breaks in Wisconsin, and it's always raining when it breaks.
Yeah.
Would have it no other way.
Yeah. So that was less than 24 hours ago, by the way. And those two things happened within 12 hours of each other.
12 hours? No, those happened within 6 hours of each other.
Yeah. A couple hours of each other.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was some full-on bad shit. But
it could have been worse, though.
Yeah, look, just like Becky just said, the trailer was empty.
Hold on, just to let everybody know, whenever he called the first time, I answered the phone because I knew he was over the 50% home to their ratio, that I knew I wouldn't have to go save his ass.
You son of a bitch.
Just saying.
Well, so in all fairness, Mark, I didn't know. And he called me, and he's 7 hours from home. And he's like, I'm like, what am I supposed to, what am I going to do? I'm like, normally, if this were me, I'd be calling you saying, what do I do?
Oh, and I was pissed too. Like when she said that, I was like, what do you mean, what do you do? Like, I'm stuck out here. And I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, okay, I get it.
So I'm like, this is the kind of differential fluid we need. This is how you fill it. This is how you reset the code. I'm like, beyond that, I can't help.
Yeah,
but when he
at
called,
least we were able to talk him through the first part of this.
God.
The second part was sheer ingenious, I guess. You know, I mean, what you have to figure out what you need to do in a situation like that.
No, and you know what, man? Honestly, like the true blessing was nothing was in the trailer. Like shortly before that, I had bikes in the trailer. Right after that, like next trip is going to be the S&S bikes going to SmokeOut. If they'd have been in there, that'd have been $200,000 or $300,000 worth of motorcycles.
God. We don't have that kind of
and
insurance.
it could have drugged me right into the ditch. You know, there's Teach. Look, Teach is like, yeah, take care of my shit, man.
You guys passed each other. He's bringing his son to New York for college. Hey, Teach.
So yeah, it was a hell of a thing, and I, you know, Poppy stayed on the phone with me. Mark helped me through it, and like, you know, everything is everything.
Hey, I'm the one that rescued your sorry ass.
I know, and there comes Heather.
Just for the record.
There comes Heather Mark at like 3:30 in the morning. She looked like the wet cat from Pepe Le Pew.
Well, I had been down south of here at a rodeo, and I'm like, I literally just picked up the phone and been like, okay, I'm driving home because I don't always see well at night. And all of a sudden he starts going, shit. We're on the phone for like a minute and this breaks. And I'm like, okay. And he didn't want to leave. He didn't think he could get it strapped up enough to get off the road. So he was going to spend the night on the side of the road. I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I'm in the truck. I will come to you. We'll sleep. We'll put the trailer on the truck. Blah, 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 blah. But man. Oh, and I got pulled over.
Yeah, so it was, that just to add insult to injury.
Good thing you didn't call me.
Your mother.
Thanks, Mom.
So anyway, man, listen, you're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. We don't normally start the show off like this, but it was such a harrowing experience.
But wait a minute.
Okay.
It just goes to prove that our namesake is correct. We truly are the Calamity Callens.
Oh, that's no shit.
Truly.
That's no shit. And it's appropriate that this is Shop Talk because we're always fixing shit. So there you go. On this show, though, every Sunday at 9 p.m. we go live with another installment. What is Shop Talk? We've been doing this now for so many years, I can't even tell you. 319 episodes of this program. There's some tech. There's feature bikes. You know, we cover events. We have people that come on that we interview. We do all kind of entertainment, even squeeze in some useful information. We start the whole thing off with a little segment we like to call
Done News.
There you go. First up, and I want to ask for a round of applause. Harley-Davidson names new CEO. Oh my goodness, the reign of the tennis shoe king is over. So Artie Starrs is coming in as president and CEO. We don't know too much about Artie right now, but luckily our second guest tonight, Chip from the Four Corners Rally, has just spent a couple hours with him. We're actually going to put a request in through Harley-Davidson to try to get an interview with Artie and sit down with him.
Cool.
Yeah, but Harley-Davidson Incorporated announced that Artie Starrs will take over as president and chief executive officer October 1st. Starrs joins Harley-Davidson from Topgolf Callaway Brands, where he served as CEO of Topgolf International, leading its transformation into a global sports entertainment powerhouse. So, you know...
Okay, he looks like a super happy guy.
I'm going to reserve any judgment about anything, you know, global, et cetera, et cetera. You know, a lot of people are already singing his praise because he has a somewhat entertainment background, which I don't really know anything. I do read in this article from Pizza Hut to Harley-Davidson before Topgolf Sports. Starrs spent nearly a decade at Pizza Hut, part of Yum Brands, serving as both global CEO, U.S. president. He expanded the brand to over 18,000 locations, 110 countries. Starrs also held leadership positions at Rave Cinema and began his career in investment banking at Wasserstein Perella.
I'm really interested to see what directions. I know there's a couple people that have met him so far, and I've heard good things, but.
Mm-hmm.
So if during the interview we yell 4 and he's on duck, he's faking. Just saying.
Well, and you know, this is, like I said, I'm gonna reserve judgment at all, but like somebody has to do an interview with this cat and ask some tough questions.
I was gonna say, I hope
like,
you do ask tough questions if you get the opportunity.
And I mean, not to be mean or anything, but Harley-Davidson, like he's got to say, look, how is your corporate culture going to be different than what Zeitz has done? You know, under his reign. Yep. How are your personal corporate values going to change the direction of this company? How are you going to redirect to address the younger demographic that needs to come into this? You know, there's a lot of things that everybody needs to hear from this cat, and I hope they give us the interview for that sake. You know. But who knows? Anyway, also in the news, and that was from our own CycleSource magazine news blog. You can check that out at cyclesource.com. Coming in from the AP Wire, Billy Joel closing beloved New York motorcycle shop after brain disorder. I'm so bummed to hear about this, dude. I mean,
you're not kidding.
Like he is a once in a lifetime entertainer, like once in a generation lifetime entertainer. But his motorcycle collection and the stuff that he had at this Long Island motorcycle shop is something else entirely. And it says, beloved Long Island motorcycle shop is closing down after nearly 15 years of offering fans a free peek at his personal collection of dozens of bikes. The music icon will be shuttering 20th Century Cycles in Oyster Bay, New York in late September and auctioning off his collection later this year because of a brain disorder he's been diagnosed with, according to spokesman Claire Mercury. Yeah, what a shame, man.
That's a bummer.
Definitely send our prayers out to him. Like I said, you know, that's going to be an incredible collection of motorcycles. I know a couple of them are bikes built by Kiwi Mike, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Kiwi's awesome.
He is quite
like
something,
Kiwi.
my man. This is next piece comes in from Dealer News, and Dealer News tells you pack your baggers.
Oh, boy.
I know. Pack your baggers, Mark.
Get it?
MotoGP officially unveiled the Harley-Davidson Bagger World Cup along with its full 26 race calendar, marketing. That was Freudian slip. Marking the launch of the first global racing series dedicated to high-performance Harley-Davidson bagger motorcycles. Announced at a press conference in Austria's iconic Red Bull Ring, the 6-round series will debut next year, bringing American V-twin power to legendary circuits across the U.S. and Europe.
Do you think some of that is to increase the bigger size motorcycle sales in Europe because they tend to lean towards the smaller, more nimble bikes because of...
You know, I think I was always under the assumption that they lean towards the smaller bikes because a lot of Europe has a graduating class kind of deal with their licenses, you know, so I don't know.
And CC restrictions also, don't they? A lot of
To
Some
those
of them do.
classes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when you start out, you can't ride a big bike with a brand new license in
Right.
Europe.
Yep.
Anyway, let's go to the 300-pound gorilla in the room, Sturgis.
Ooh.
This year,
Hello.
Sturgis was the 85th anniversary, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's an anniversary year. Of course, the traffic up. It's giant. It's big. It's bigger than ever. There's so many people. I can't even stand it." And we were like,
Wah.
"Yeah, I didn't really see anniversary kind of numbers, but according to KTOA, the South Dakota Department of Transportation tallied the traffic into Sturgis during this 85th rally, noting an increase of 11.3% over the last 5-year average. So even though the headline says rally traffic picked up this year, 11% over the last 5-year average, I don't know.
And there was actually another report when I was going through and doing some homework on this that said the numbers were in the $700,000 range, and I was like, well, that's definitely a load of horse pucky.
You got to work on your swearing, dude. I understand that your mother is watching the show and you're basically puritanical
Whatever.
little girl from the Northeast, but
We can do the ventriloquist thing, blink twice, I'll swear for you. I mean, hell, I'm really good at it.
And everybody throughout the rally, they all said that it felt like it started strong
Yeah.
and then nosedived really
look,
quickly.
Radar says it was busy but not hugely stressful, and I mean that's
Did they notice there was way more doolies on Main Street or what?
One of the things that I did notice, and I don't know if I noticed it more because for the first time we rode out to Sturgis, but when we were going west to Sturgis, I could not believe the number of motorcycles and trucks and trailers going east.
well, and XAN Biker says, yet remember it was down in 2020.
Right.
We're also talking about the year that it was COVID, and like
Right.
Fox News was telling people you're gonna die if you go to Sturgis and shit.
And it was one of the best
was so
Sturgises
great.
ever.
Yeah, it was one of the best Sturgises I've ever been to.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
85th Sturgis was a bust, says Bruno Capola. I think any Sturgis honestly is a good year anytime that you get there, because you got to think back, like we're so spoiled, right? I mean, we're seeing hundreds of thousands of people. Think about like early cats that went there and it was like 50,000 people,
Or
and
not
was-
even that.
yeah,
Like think
that was a
about when
big
Woody first started the Buffalo Chip. It was a field party with a keg.
Well,
I mean, with a
and
what I mean.
there was already a pretty hefty load of people in town, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was no amenities like we see there today, man. I mean,
No.
Jesus God, one of the biggest things I took away from Sturgis this year was the full throttle. Like it is turned into a literal metropolis. Like you cannot even believe when you walk in to the back field of that place now. It's an entire city. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
All right, so we got one more piece, and we're going to get on with the rest of the show. And this comes in from the Houston Chronicle.
Aw.
Customers may what?
Bagger Baiter.
What?
Meeting Chris and Heather was
Aw.
a highlight.
That was great, man.
It was awesome.
Customers may be able to buy a Harley-Davidson motorcycle for less than $6,000 next year. Okay,
So-
skeptical.
Well, and here's my thing. I'm curious. This was one of the last things Jay-Z talked about before
If you call him Jay-Z again,
Jacques and Zeitz.
Afraid Beyonce's going to step in or what?
Kind of before he left. So I'm wondering, I'm hoping it really comes to fruition because they need an entry-level affordable motorcycle for the
absolutely.
younger demographic. I think this would be one of the best things they could
but
do.
wait a minute. So, okay.
It's a small motorcycle. It's like
first,
a 250 or
let's
something.
go through this. Price tag hangs from motorcycle for sale on display at Bartell's Harley-Davidson dealership in Marina Del Rey, California on Wednesday, July 24th. Harley-Davidson Inc. is scheduled to release second quarter earnings of July 25th. And where does it say
Where does it say?
what the
Say
bike
pit
is?
bike anywhere?
What
They-
is the bike going to be?
From what I gleaned again through a couple different articles, it was going to be a smaller, like, I don't know. It was just going to be a smaller CC motor.
Yeah, because they're saying here Nightster, 25 motorcycles
For-
at least expensive as the Nightster at $9,999. I mean, which that's still better than the $15,000 Sportster
for
S,
sure.
right? But
Nick
yeah,
Hildebrittle Why was Sturgis amazing?
Mrs. Monkey is in the house. Trade in, trade up. That's, and that was one of the best things that Harley ever had, man. Like, for anybody that's old enough to remember when the Hugger came out, you could buy the Hugger for $40 or $59.95.
Yeah, 59.
And then
yeah, I think that's what it was.
keep it for a whole year, and you could trade it in afterwards. Trade up to a bigger motorcycle, and they'd give you exactly the same money. I don't know. Definitely have their work cut out for us, man. We need some younger people in this thing. It's never been more evident. Like, especially, you look at what Harley-Davidson's big motorcycle release was this year, and it was a $110,000 motorcycle. Like, you're definitely not selling that to a younger audience. I'm just saying.
At least it wasn't a mini bike. Just saying.
Oh,
It's probably that little one.
we're not even going there. We're not even. Don't just. We're not even going there.
I have one word for that.
Bullshit.
Mockery. They made a complete mockery out of it, and it's absolutely asinine and a disgrace.
That's right.
Disgraceful.
All right, so listen, man. We're gonna take a look at a cool feature bike real quick. When we come back on the other side, we have the builders, two of the builders, the last two that we have to interview from this year's garage build off at the SmokeOut. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk.
Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
My name is Brian Klock, and I'm currently the president of Clockworks, and I'm in Mitchell, South Dakota. This is the 2022 Indian Super Chief, and the reason it was called a Super Chief and not a regular Chief was because it came with the little bit bigger motor, and it had chrome. All the other Chiefs are black, so black, rocker boxes, black cam covers, black everything. And this particular one, as a Super Chief, came with a 116 and had chrome. So that was the difference between a 111 and I think a 116 is what it is. But this one, we got it from Indian. We were doing some development work on primarily our front fenders, just to see, if they would work for these forks or what we had to do to make them. So now we have a series of fenders for these forks. We started playing around with what if we put an FXRP fairing on this thing. Mocked up the fairing in primer, had it on here, and me and the R&D team were all standing there with Shelton and Danny and Ryan. I think everybody was standing there, and all of a sudden, here comes Vanessa. And Shelton goes, what if we took those bags that Greg Wick was going to use on his Softail, but the angles didn't quite look right. What if they'd look right with this? And I wanted to just say no. Not happening. And nothing against these Viking bags, they're great little bags, but it just was like, I don't want to like them because they didn't work on the other bike, so they're not going to work on this bike, right? Well, wrong. They worked perfectly. As soon as Shelton held them up, the angle and everything about the harsh lines on this fit the design of this and fit the design of this shock so well. And it comes with a short rear fender, so that's how it was. This is a stock Indian rear fender. I'm like, as much as I wanted to hate it, you're right, Sheldon. You win. We'll take it. So then we started doing that, and everybody was like, yeah, that'd be cool, and this and that, and this is what we're going to do. And then all of a sudden, here comes Vanessa. She goes, really, Brian Klock? That's it? You're going to put a fairing on it, and some bags, and call it good? I'm like, what? She goes, well, you've been doing this 26 years now. People expect a little more out of you than that. I'm like, well, I don't really have a lot of time. I'm busy trying to make the new windshields for the new Harleys, all the 24 model stuff. She goes, well, figure it out. I said, okay, before you leave, what if I painted the frame, took the motor out, and had the first ever polished Indian Chief motor? How about that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So she laughed. We got Reinhardt exhaust. I just used their slip-ons. I didn't want to change the look of this pipe. I actually kind of liked this whole stock setup, and it's plenty loud. It's got an Audette cam cover. Or whether it's to take this thing all the way down to nothing but bags of bolts, put it all back together from a polished motor, painted frame, not nick it all up, not cause a bunch of problems, and then have the confidence to just get on it and go. I mean, it's emotional for me. I love Team Clockworks. I'm Brian Klock from Clockworks. I love building cool stuff.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
Oh, nice. Paul Yaffe product, huh?
Yeah, man, so excited.
Got a new build?
I do. It's. Aren't you Paul Yaffe?
No, I've never met the guy. But I do know you can get all of his products at DennisKirk.com.
There you go.
Just me? Awesome. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Listen to Not Paul Yaffe. Get all your Bagger Nation products right now at DennisKirk.com.
Hey, it's Billy from Twisted Tea. We're live in Sturgis, and you're watching Shop Talk.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of Shop Talk. You can tune into this show live every week on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, thanks to our sponsors: Dennis Kirk, Deadwood Customs, S&S Cycle, Cycle Stop USA, Drag Specialties, Twin Power, Clockworks, Law Tigers, Progressive Insurance, Mid-USA, Garage Build, Spectro Oils, Tech Cycles, Twisted Choppers, Twisted Tea, Drag Specialty Seats, Iron Horse Saloon, Lone Star Rally, Paco, Toes Performance, and Stevenson Cycle.
All right, man, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. This is one of my favorite things about SmokeOut. We started this last year. We got this thing up and running, and man, it's just, it's such a personal investment for me. I feel like, we're finally doing our part for everything that Dennis Kirk has been doing about the garage build shows over the years, and we have finally made an investment in that in SmokeOut by bringing out the garage build off. And man, from the last year, the bikes that showed up, the interest that people had into it, I'm stoked that we're doing it again this year. We've already interviewed all of the rest of the builders, and we're down to these last two guys.
Very exciting.
Is it?
It is. I'm ready.
All right, so you introduce the guys.
First up, we've got Big D in the house from Marengo, Illinois.
Big D, one of our longtime buddies of the show, and everything that we do, D will pop up, man. He always knows the right amount of love to give us when we need a little push over the edge. Hey, James Patience in the house.
Hi, James.
All right, also with us tonight is Chris Keith, and Chris Keith also friends of guys that run around and do the magazine stuff with us. So
he
excited.
may not want to claim some of them.
I know.
Hold
That's
on.
why I didn't name them.
Okay.
We're just gonna
don't be naming names.
Let's go with that. Let's get these guys on. Chris, you know exactly who we were talking about.
Oh yeah. I don't name drop too frequently. You never know how it's gonna go.
Right on. Well, listen, I'm so excited that you guys are doing this with us. Like, I'm totally fired up for this year to see what everybody's bringing out now that everyone is like kind of got the swing of it last year, how we're doing everything and how it goes, and the fact that this is not exactly the same as what the amateur chop off used to be, but I think we got a hell of a show started for this year. So tell us a little bit about the bike that you're bringing.
Started with 94 Sportster, DC Bros hardtail kit on there, and a lot of their good products. Made it easy breezy. Great platform to build a chop from, man.
Oh yeah, Dude, that for us, that's people ask me all the time when they're just getting into this. They're like, what do you think? I said, listen, Evo Sportster, hands down. You can buy them cheap. The motors are almost bulletproof. You can do so many different style of motorcycle out of it. It's almost like the old 1200 Super Glides, right?
Yep. First chopper I've ever built, man. And it just, with their help, man, went great.
I was a little concerned because so far, not one garage builder has said it's been easy. So
I mean, there's a lot of hot nights, but I don't know. It's kind of therapeutic for me, just disappear in the garage and dig into her, and just kind of comes to you, Use what you got. I collect stuff for I never knew what I've had stuff for years that I thought, well, man, I'll just fits, grab it off the shelf, and it just all worked out. Seemed to come together pretty good, actually.
Yep.
And I've been putting some miles down on it here, and man,
he's got it done. Oh,
yeah,
you might be the
right?
first one done. Oh my God, I'm not. We won't tell anybody.
There's other guys right now that are losing their shit.
Yeah, we're not going to tell the other guys that they're screwed. So you said this is the first chopper you built. Is this the first bike you've built?
I built a Hooligan flat track bike back in 2018, and but that's not really a chopper. But yeah, first bike I built.
No, that bike was pretty cool too, though. I remember that.
Oh, you know this cat?
Like I said, through the one who will not be named.
He who shall not be named.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, right. He who shall not be named.
He's actually watching tonight too, so I bet it's just pissing him off that we're not saying his name.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you do for a living?
I got a small electrical contracting business out here in Waynesboro. Excuse me. It's just me and my son.
More questions right there. We found a guy.
What's that?
SmokeOut.
You need his partner?
Electrical contractor.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait a minute. He who shall not be named is an electrician too.
That's right.
Winning.
Okay, we might have to say his name now. Oh, shit.
No, don't do it.
Salty Badger, my wife is ready for this build to be over, not because she wants me around, but so I stay off Marketplace.
Hey, what are you laughing at?
Right?
That's just not funny, is it? I think I just killed Heather.
Oh my God. So what's been the hardest part for you so far, Chris?
Keeping my welder working.
Yeah. What are you working with?
Just an old Hobart. It's actually a 120. It's like a smaller, odd size, but when you click the trigger, it engages the wire feed and the electric contacts. Well, when I plug mine in, the electric portion is already engaged, so you got to watch moving it around and watch what you're doing. Yeah, it's a little tricky, but
so the electrician is having electrical problems. Maybe we can't put him on our roster.
No. Listen, that's the
painter's house is never painted, right?
I was just gonna say, Mark's been a body man his whole life. You ever seen the shit that he drives?
You're not kidding.
Right on.
Paint anything.
Oh, Chris, hang tight. Let's talk to Big D for a minute.
Okay, let's switch over. Big D, Marengo, Illinois, is checking in person tonight.
Oh my God!
Look how fresh and clean he looks.
I haven't been on the show since I was in the old studio. That's been several years ago.
I know,
That's right. He came a burnout night. He did burnout when we did.
No, he was actually in the studio too, though.
Oh, that's right.
In the old studio, yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, he was in the studio.
I remember that. That was so cool.
So
he climbed 50 floors downstairs.
Yep.
I have to say, Dennis, I'm super stoked that you're going to be there, but this does not look like the giant motorcycle. I was really thinking you were bringing the giant motorcycle.
Yeah. I'm hoping next year.
So for you guys that don't know, I want you to talk about the giant motorcycle just for a second. Do you mind, or you want to keep it super top secret?
I've been doing it for a long time, but
I mean, you don't have
about it much.
You don't have to talk about it. It's just let's just say then before SmokeOut next year, maybe we'll bring you back on the show if you're going to have it ready for SmokeOut next year, because it's something. It's something. And he's been working on it for years and years.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, am I correct in that the bike you're building for SmokeOut is the first bike you've ever built?
Well, I've messed with bikes. I've mostly just changed a lot of back tires, you know, and stators and a belt. But other than that, I've never really tore a motor down. Nor did I yet. But pretty much ain't spent no money. Just been using shit that's laying around, you know, for the most part.
That's the key right there.
Yeah, buddy.
Right on.
I put that Springer on there off one of the Beezers, and it don't fit, so I got a problem there.
What do you need to do to it? What do you mean it don't fit?
It's, you know, I measured it up with a tape measure. I should have probably used a caliper, but the bearings don't go on there and stuff. But we'll get her figured out.
You know,
otherwise I'll just bring it as an anus racer. I don't need a front end.
We're super lucky, and Mark can help you out with this if you need to. We have a place right down the road from us, Pittsburgh Bearing Company, and you can order any IDOD combination of whatever bearings you need.
Really?
So yeah, so if you measure that shit up, we can get you an order in and get you exactly what you need. I guarantee it.
All right, I'll measure it up. To me, it looked like the inside race would be way too thin then, but we'll see.
So what made you decide that you wanted to do this build off?
I don't know, when you guys aired it that night, and I thought, yeah, I'd like to do it, and then I thought, nah, I better not. And then I don't know if it was the next morning or whatever, I went ahead and signed up. And I don't know, I'm a procrastinator, so I'm probably going to call it the procrastinator.
I'm not gonna lie. I kept going to your social media, and I wasn't really seeing anything. And I kept saying to Chris, I'm like, is he actually building a motorcycle? And I'd send you messages and be like, how you doing? What are you building? And I'd get crickets. Or you'd be on the show, and I'd be like, what are you building? Crickets. I'm like,
I kind of figured I'd be disqualified by now, to be honest with you.
Nah.
Always looking positive side, aren't you?
No, sir. You ain't getting out of it like that, buddy.
No, I'm not letting you off the hook.
Nope.
Nope. I'm trying to get disqualified myself, so
you're never getting disqualified.
You blew that years ago. No, but you know, man, I mean, that's the biggest thing here is like the thing we always say about the fact that if your only experience in motorcycling is taking your motorcycle to bike nights or hanging out at parking lot bike shows or, you know, any of the shit like that, you're missing a whole half of it. The whole half that happens in the garage. You know, you don't have to be pouring your own cylinder heads or making your own frame tubing and shit. Like anything that you're doing, you know, that requires thought and consideration, and you get to create something. That's where it's at, man. So I commend you guys for doing that. Anybody who's not paying attention out there and hasn't seen anything about Garage Build Off or SmokeOut, if you go to smokeoutrally.com, you can find out all the information about our event, everything, all the concert lineups and everything that's going on. And right here under Garage Build Off, it gives you all the rules, and it'll show you all of the builders that are in this year's contest, including Big D right there. Look at that.
I think the best thing about this year is that there's
Chris Keith right
4
there.
or 5 guys that have never built a motorcycle before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the diversity here.
And for me, just to know that we or this project was able to inspire them enough to put themselves out there, 100% they are all winners, hands down. Like that in and of itself.
Look at the look on Chris's face. He's like
shut up.
We're all winners. Kiss my ass, lady.
I'm just thinking about the opportunity and so thankful that somebody, you know, because this I'd never do nothing like this, you know.
No, listen, it's great,
pretty
dude.
cool that.
And I don't know if you guys
had the opportunity.
If you guys saw it last year, like we give you the one big building at SmokeOut. It's an inside air conditioned building. and we put these giant metal wall displays up with, you'll have your whole own area with your own banner and stuff, and we put a little bit into it to give you guys some light for the work that you're doing too. So I think you'll be excited when you see it.
Sweet.
All right, Big D, what's been the biggest challenge so far?
I don't know. I run into a lot of problems. I give you guys a lot of credit. There's more to it than people think. And I'm not doing that much, But I don't know. Time, I guess, is the hardest thing.
Now, you know that all the other guys, have you been using any of the other guys as resources? I know there's like an email thing going on, and I see some messages on Instagram. Because everybody's willing to help everybody.
I haven't really reached out to anybody. I pretty much just kind of been figuring out as I've been going and plugging away at her,
Right on. Are you excited? Are you nervous?
A little bit, but I'm sure some of these guys are dumping their heart and soul into it, and I give them a lot of credit, and I'm sure they're going to have a lot nicer stuff than I'm going to bring, but I just want to bring something to have fun.
That's perfect.
Have a good time at the SmokeOut, and she'll have knobbies on her, so.
Oh, are you going to? Oh.
That's good.
I plan on racing it. I've been to the SmokeOut since you guys took over, and I never been to one of the originals, but I used to follow it all the time, and I ain't got to race yet, and I'm kind of looking forward to that.
D, there are guys that are literally building special motorcycles.
Oh yeah,
I see, Kiefer. I know it's gonna be hard to beat anybody this year.
There's a special class for those guys. Those guys are on the open class.
I figure every year it's gonna get more and more serious. But, it'll be good to see.
Wait.
Hey, listen.
It's us. It's never going to get serious.
Right?
Never going to get
If it gets too serious, we'll put a mud puddle in the middle of the fucking track.
There you go.
Bagger baiter. Why do I feel like Big D is sandbagging?
You gotta be careful with him.
Yep. He's coming in quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're gonna be a sleeper, D.
Yeah, me too.
Time will tell.
I think so.
Right
Salty Badger. I think there should be a side best beard competition go on.
There is a best beard.
Between like Chris Blaylock and Big D and Chris Keith, we might have to have a best beard contest.
There is a best beard contest that goes on in the Roadhouse. Jack Shit puts a best beard contest on. Yeah.
And we have 2 new events at SmokeOut this year. Did you know that? Did I tell you that?
What are they, Heather?
Arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling went through.
Arm wrestling went
Hot
through.
damn.
Hot damn. And he's also bringing that hangman thing. Do you remember that?
Where you have to hang.
I think we need to incorporate that into Strongest Biker.
Okay.
Why not?
So the arm wrestling, if it's going the way that I think, after the main act every night, we're gonna have in the bar in the SmokeOut Roadhouse, there's gonna be an arm wrestling contest for cash and prizes.
I might be a little concerned. You don't think it'll be too drunk out for that and end up in fist fights?
I think it's mandatory that it's drunk out before you do an arm wrestling contest at the SmokeOut.
Okay. And there will be cash prizes.
Yeah. And if it turns into one of those, I think we should maybe, on a sidebar, see if anybody wants to sign up for the slap contest.
No.
Wow.
No.
It could be cool. It could be cool.
Nope. Just for the record, you guys. Chris has this way of getting me to say things that I never, ever thought would come out of my mouth.
Okay, here we go.
And this week was one of them. I actually had to say the words to him. I don't think I can get insurance for chariot racing.
I actually saw them when I was a kid. I seen the chariot races at the McHenry County Fairgrounds. It was neat.
So listen,
Gladiator.
If anybody saw that stuff on Instagram the other day of the Gladiator chariot races with 2 motorcycles, we're already working on this.
Oh, they're totally willing to come from Australia. By the way, they commented on it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't think we could afford it, but they're like, we'll come from Australia. Bring it
Really?
on. Yeah.
So I've talked to Pat Patterson already. Listen, I just wanted to do some initial recon, okay? I talked to Pat Patterson. We have a plan to ask, since Harley-Davidson, what could be more perfect for Harley-Davidson to promote this new small CC motorcycle than to give us some to turn into single chariot motorcycle races? I'm just saying.
I'm going to stab you right here on live television.
Real quick.
Just so you know, you guys are my witness. It's justifiable. Justifiable homicide right here. I promise.
I'm just saying.
My mother, I know people.
That's the problem.
Dude.
You don't just have to kill him.
Oh.
Kurt Peterson, bare knuckle boxing, but with midgets. So,
well,
I can't really put it out there that we're looking to hire.
We've got in trouble for something like that before.
No, we didn't get in trouble with it. Another motorcycle rally.
Mountain Fest.
Nick Hildebrand, Big D, you still have 18 days.
All right, listen, let's cut both of these guys loose. Gentlemen, thank you so much for doing Garage Build with us.
Thank you guys, man.
Can't wait to see you on the set of SmokeOut and walk around with you, talk about your motorcycle.
Don't forget, Shakedown Ride is Thursday, September 4th at noon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Somebody,
yeah, buddy.
Somebody just said that you have 18 days, Big D. I don't know if that's any extra days for drinking.
I don't know. I like I like me some Red Stag. I haven't had that in forever. Red Stag and
it's
ginger
good
ale.
stuff. You got to check out my little holder. Since you guys are chopper people, check that thing out.
Oh, that's rad. I love it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That came from up by the Dells. I bought that years ago.
Oh, that's great. Right on.
All right, D. Well, thank you. And Chris, thank you so much for being here with us tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You guys, good
luck.
luck.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, man. We'll talk to you
In a
soon.
couple weeks.
All right, everybody. You're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. We are going to... What are we going to do next? You want to go to another guest real quick?
Do we have any more commercial breaks?
We do have a commercial.
Let's do a
real quick.
commercial
And then we'll get our guest on. We're going to come back in just 2 seconds. 2 and 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Whether riding takes you from A to B or just lets you escape, there's a flow to the road you share. So go with it. Eyes open. And always have the Law Tigers by your side. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, visit us at lawtigers.com. Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
Hey, I'm Ron Fleener.
All right.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, we dropped his
Please Color Factory, you're watching Shop Talk.
Renamed him.
Want to go deeper than the ride? Cycle Source Television takes you there. Custom bikes, great rides and adventures, shop tours, tech, music and parties, plus the people who live this lifestyle. Stream Cycle Source Television anytime, anywhere. CycleSourceTV.com. Start your ride today.
Clockworks, where innovation meets style. Clockworks specializes in high-quality windshields, fenders, phone mounts, and other parts designed to enhance your ride, with a commitment to craftsmanship and an eye for detail. Ensure your bike not only rides smoothly, but looks stunning too. Elevate your riding experience today. Shop getclock.com.
Okay, man, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. We are in the thick of it. This is the time of year where things get crazy. If you're a motorcycle nut, man, you're just going and going and going, you know, hopping from Laconia on the East Coast out to Born Free, getting ready for Sturgis. Right after Sturgis, it's the Four Corners Rally. It's SmokeOut. There's something going on all the time, and if you're into this lifestyle, then you love it as much as we do, and you don't want to miss a single bit of it. Coming up right now, we have the originator, owner, how do you say that? Promoter?
Man behind the scenes.
Man behind the scene, master of ceremony. If the shit is wrong, it's his fault. And I know how that is, boy.
So in that case, that's you for SmokeOut.
It's you for SmokeOut.
Yeah, we'll blame you.
All
we
right.
can't blame Chris.
Chip Lyle with Four Corners Rallies here with us. Let's get him on. Chip, what's going on, buddy?
I don't know. I heard that. I feel like I'm stepping in the hot seat right now for some reason.
No, we're trying to have some fun here, man, because it's been a hell of a week, but
yeah,
still better than anything else we could be doing, right?
Yeah. Did everybody recover okay from Sturgis?
Oh, Sturgis. We were talking about that, man. It didn't. Everybody was talking about the anniversary year and how it was going to be so crazy. I didn't really get that out of it. I didn't really get anniversary numbers. It didn't feel like anniversary to us.
Well, I don't have enough experience there, but it felt really crowded to me. There was a lot of people everywhere I went, it seemed like. And, everyone was having fun, so it was good.
Yeah, and I mean, for sure, there was definitely the entertainment. Nothing was scrimped on, and I don't feel like we got shortchanged in any part of it. But typically, when you're doing this for a long time, the anniversary years are such a bump. Like places run out of everything. Like it's just you have to take all the little side roads and everything, and it just seemed like this year it was a little bit of an increase, but it wasn't an anniversary year. But
interesting.
We could be good for Four Corners Rally, though, right?
Well, I hope it is. We're 3 weeks after that event. Luckily, I do see a lot of people up there that attend our event. But I often wonder, I know I'm worn out after being up there for 8 or 9 days. So there might be other people feeling the same way. Hopefully not. We're a short rally. We're 3.5 days. So.
It doesn't really seem like it though, because we're not long after with SmokeOut either. And I mean, nobody's burnout. Like people that love this lifestyle, they can't get enough of it. It's really, and I mean that's kind of starts and ends with us.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely get the bug, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's been really good. So on top of everything that people have come to expect with Four Corners, the big thing we've been talking about every time we bring up your event in our event section is the fact that you guys are putting so much more into this with racing. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, in the past couple of seasons, we've had the flat track racing. It's an AMA sanctioned event. And that was on our Saturday night. That was kind of our key hallmark event for motorcycles. But this year, in lieu of the hill climb, we have the Sons of Speed coming on Sunday night. And all about these guys. It's very exciting, vintage motorcycle racing. And I've always enjoyed it every time I see it. So we've had them booked since this spring. So we're looking forward to that for sure. So that's 2 nights of flat track racing, if you will.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, man, you can't imagine, like, even if you've seen Sons of Speed at Daytona on the concrete track, if you haven't seen it at their place in Tennessee and seen it on the dirt, like it's a whole other experience, man. It is so badass. So
yeah, and we're dirt too, so we're excited about that. I don't know that we're that big of a track, but we're decent size, so it should be exciting on the dirt.
Yeah, I'm stoked for you guys for that.
Yeah, I am too. It's exciting. We're pretty excited about all the content we have lined up, more of the same and then adding a few more things. So it's shaping up to be a busy schedule for us.
So tell us, how long have you been involved with Four Corners Rally?
Well, I bought a bar back in 1999. It's the dive bar in town. And at that point, the rally had been going on for about a dozen years. I didn't have much association with it other than just being like, you guys said, one of those bars that hopefully ran out of beer over the weekend. But I always, over the years, participated in volunteering somehow. But then, about 7 years ago, I met Trevor Bird, who owns the local Harley dealership, when he moved to town. And we became fast friends. And I proposed to him that we become partners in the rally. He went after the trademark and, that type of intellectual property. And we set up a company. And I found myself in the rally business pretty quick all of a sudden with him about 4 years ago now. So this will be my 4th year with him, promoting the rally, organizing the rally. And it's really the 4th year of us being partners where we've tried to scale it back up to anything that represented what it might have been 20 years ago. So it's been a real effort just to kind of start over, rebuild all the reputations in our community, establish a venue we can work with for a few years, and then of course make it happen. So I think this is our 32nd year that the event has happened in Durango, Colorado. There were a few years we missed as a community because we had promoters that didn't put it together. But we feel good about things this year. It's looking good. Ticket sales are moving along good. The sponsors, the partnerships are lined up good. The entertainment is looking good. The flat track, I'm excited.
Yeah, you don't have a
I'm
lack
like you,
of
more
things to
motorcycle
do.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't have a lack of things to do. It looks incredible.
Well, and that's something, Chip, that we're always super critical of. You see people like in these little towns and stuff that want to put together a, they want to call it whatever, this and that town bike week, and they forget the bike part of it. They forget to put the motorcycle in it. And you guys, man, you have every single aspect of this covered with motorcycle events.
Yeah, well, we hope to. We spend a lot of time on the road like you guys do, watching and learning and seeing what people, they have expectations now in the motorcycle rally world, if you will. There's some expectations. And I think the rallies, the small town rallies where everyone gets together and it's, pretty organic, those are always popular. But I think, people really are wanting to come see the bikes on display. They want to see stunt shows. They want to see, the parts, the vendors. Maybe there's some industry celebrities, I think people are coming to expect that. And, it's not just enough to have that. You kind of got to have it organized too. You can't just kind of half bake it. You got to put some effort in to do it right with the expectations. You're taking people's money, so it's important to really give them some value there and make them feel good about being part of the community here in Durango, Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you feel like giving back to the communities, also having the community feed you, obviously owning a business in the town, you want the best for the town because in the long run, that's going to benefit you also.
Well, Trevor Bird and his wife, Katie, we're very like-minded when it comes to the community. And I think if anything brought us together as businessmen, it was kind of that common community support sense that we feel in our community to give back. And I've been doing it in the community since I was a kid. Trevor's new in town. But we really set up the rally originally hoping that other organizations could live under our big tent, maybe nonprofits or other smaller organizations, and they could really, ride along with us when we bring this economic driver to our community. So we have a foundation set up of our own that we target the youth of our community, but we also invite other organizations to get in on it. So, there's a couple of fundraisers at our event for some local nonprofits even. So
Becky,
it's important to us, not just the bike community, but the whole community, right?
Right. Yes.
Who is it here? Bagger Bader reminding us that Four Corners has the most important element, and that's amazing roads to ride. The $1 Million Highway is in my top 5.
Yeah.
But you guys do, man.
Yeah,
like you have almost an unfair advantage over over other rallies, right?
Well, I mean, it's funny that we talk about flat track races and stunt shows and bands and bike shows when the real reason why you come to our rally is for the rides. I mean, we talk about that in our staff meetings. Like, don't forget, people are coming to ride. Yeah, the motorcycle is important, but the rides, that's what we got here, right? We got the $1 Million Highway. You go west, you can go to Moab, the Four Corners. You can go south into New Mexico, get to places, like Chama and even Taos if you wanted to. And, of course, north, the $1 Million Highway. There's some great little rides just outside of Durango to the local lakes that are, 1 hour, 2 hour rides. So pick a direction, and you're going to get a great ride one way or the other.
So Heather's going to put all the links up. I just want to say this real quick before we get into more. Make sure you're following along with Four Corners Rally on Facebook. They have the Instagram page, and you want to hit them up at fourcornersmotorcyclerally.com. Get all the information about this year's event. But like I said, Heather's going to put all that up too.
Yep, for sure. One of the things I have to comment on that I love about Four Corners Rally is that you literally, unlike so many other events out there, are making the motorcycle the star of the show. So many other rallies focus so much on the music that it ends up being more of a music festival with motorcycles. You guys really make the motorcycle the star of the show, and I love that. I love that you guys do that. So kudos to you for actually celebrating why everybody's there.
Well, when I met you guys years ago, it was really in the bike show world, more or less. And, it was people like you that really showed me how important that element was to an event because of its reach into the community of motorcyclists. And that was great advice that you gave us. And lo and behold, we have some great shows planned this year. You may not have caught it on the website, but with the chopper show we're doing this year, we've got Warren coming from Mama Tried as one of the judges. Yeah. And if you win that show here locally, it's an automatic invite to Mama Tried next year. Wow. So we are putting a lot of effort in. So thank you for that. Yeah, I hope it seems like the right move, and people are giving us great feedback about it. You guys do shows as well, so it's a really, if you do the show correctly, it's a big deal for everybody, the participants and the spectators.
Yeah, you guys definitely are. I want to get off of the subject of Four Corners for a minute. We'll definitely come back to that by the end of the show. But you had, Heather told me, and this was something, you were already coming on the show, and she mentioned to me that you had the chance just recently to meet Harley-Davidson's new CEO. And I have tons of questions about that.
We knew he was going to come visit the dealership that Trevor and his wife own yesterday. When we were in Sturgis, a couple of weeks now, we did meet with the executive teams, marketing type meetings. Of course, they're big sponsors and a great partner for us. So we're always exploring ideas and trying to get to know them better. But we weren't able to meet the new CEO. His name is Artie Stars. But he reached out to us last week to Trevor and said, hey, my family and I are finishing up our summer vacation. We're in the neighborhood. I did learn yesterday that he's making an effort to get out and meet dealers and people on the ground before he even assumes the role on October 1st. So we were lucky enough to spend about 3 hours with him and his family at the dealership. And I got to tell you, he is a great guy. I really enjoyed meeting him. He's young. He listens. He was a class act. He came into the dealership. He met with every customer that walked through the door. He took time to ask them things. He met with every employee. He probably spent the most time with some of the technicians and the sales staff, and he was taking notes the whole time. I found it to be very, very humble, and I think he could be part of our crew. I really do. I think he's just the right personality, and I just had a good sense about him from spending some time with him, kind of in a one-on-one situation. Though there were a few of us with him, pretty informal. I liked what he was talking about, the problems that he recognized that he has to tackle with Trevor and dealers and things like that. I mean, I liked everything I heard. I got to tell you. But I think the thing that really struck me the most was he was just a really nice guy, good personality, humble. He knows what he's getting into. But God, he really respects the brand. He respects what it is and the people that support it. I think he was really humbled by the opportunity, and talking with us, he's asking all the questions he needs to ask to get up to speed very, very quick. You can tell he's on it. So my first impressions were great, just great. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, it was just great from every angle, and I hope you guys get a chance to meet him soon.
Yeah, and that's awesome to hear, man, because that's what a lot of us.
And I don't work for Harley-Davidson, by the way.
No, but that personal investment that you have in giving your opinion about that, it's really important to us. Like, a lot of us are waiting to see if this guy is going to give a shit, because this company means so much to so many of us, because we understand that is the masthead that's above our whole culture.
Well, he's he's the one that, half jokingly but dead serious, he goes, this brand is something else. It's like nothing else in America. I mean, there's people that have tattoos of this logo on their bodies, right? I mean, this is something else. Well, and I could sense he understands that. And the talk on the street that you and I have heard is, I hope he's that kind of guy, and he's not a Wall Street guy, and he's not coming out of some direction we don't understand. Yeah. I think he understands exactly what his responsibilities are going to be moving forward from the conversations we had, and his demeanor seemed like he's going to listen and ask questions. He was with us. I mean, he spent a lot of time with Dan, who is kind of internet famed technician for Pan Americas that works at the Harley dealership. And they spent a lot of time, good 20, 30 minutes together talking about the Pan Am, technical things, just the stuff you hope guys like him are asking about. Right? Does that make sense?
It does, man. And I got to tell you, for me, I grew up with, because I was so lucky to have so many dealer principals in my 100-mile radius of what Cycle Source, where we started. We knew them like families, generations of families that owned the dealerships. And I asked these questions from that background and on their behalf, because like what we've seen over the last, 5-10 years of the culture with Harley-Davidson is those guys have been out on their asses. You see long three generation family-owned dealerships closing their doors, and when you get down to the bottom of it, it's because all of this has forgot about those very important pillars that made up what the dealer map looked like.
And the way he approached the situation, I was in the parking lot and he showed up in the Suburban or whatever it was, and he got out and put on a hat. And I looked at him because I'd seen the Google shot, of course. I'm like, oh, wow, that's him. And, he stuck out his hand to shake mine, not knowing who I was. And I'm standing there in shorts and a T-shirt, And so from the minute he stepped on property, I just felt like this is somebody who's going to be a friend to the industry. And he absolutely respects what the brand is. You can see that in how he talks about it, the questions he asks, the little shop talk and, business we did talk about. He knows he's got his hands full, but he seems very energetic and excited. I mean, you hear me. I have a new good friend, I feel like.
Yeah.
In the motorcycle
world.
No,
that's exciting. It is. It's exciting to hear people talk about this guy in a different light, because, man, we would want to
go golfing.
What's that?
We were worried he'd want to go golfing.
There was some jokes
that he was in,
but I didn't get to use them.
I have to say, I'm very impressed.
To know that he went out of his way to talk to you guys and to take the time with the technicians, with the people there, that's a good start. Like you said, he could have came in there sort of like a king, but he didn't. He came in there like one of the people that's interested in making Harley-Davidson back to, like what Chris said, have values.
That's what I saw.
It needs to have values.
He was there to make friends and to win hearts and minds, right? And I mean, we said, what can we do for you? You do so much for our rally. You do so much. We just anticipate, of course, but the motor company has done so much for us coming out of the ground that, whatever I could do to help them, of course, when we asked him, he's like, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep making those experiences. Keep trying to attract the younger riders. Help us grow the community. That's what's going to keep us all going. And, I think we'll agree that's what needs to happen here is we need to get a lot more people involved. There's only a few ways to do that, I guess.
Oh, and man, like looking at some of the pictures from your event, even like if somebody understands getting younger people involved, like what you guys are doing with Four Corners. And I mean, it's not only your event, but I'm going to single your event out because you're the benefit of having you here with us tonight. You understand that this is turned into such a participation-based environment, and that's what's bringing a lot of the young guys in, man. God, when we were in Arizona Bike Week, and the thing that Cruzy and his guys put on, God, if there was never a more clear sign about how the event landscape has changed, that was it.
Yeah,
it's exciting though. These young people, I've seen a couple of young guys out on a few of these bike shows now in Arizona Bike Week, up at Sturgis at your show even, that are local Colorado guys, younger, and that I just think that's so cool, right? That these younger guys are throwing bikes together and actually participating in the shows. So somewhere the industry's doing something right, I feel like. I think we just need to pour it on a little bit. And, we like to think Four Corners has that mix of traditional riding and that kind of stuff, but appeals maybe to some younger people with the other stuff we have going.
Okay, wait a minute. This is what I'm talking about right here. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Well, when I was at the Full Throttle the other night and we were leaving the barbecue with the Harley executives and the sun was setting and there was a little bit of rain chasing us, and we had to ride back over to the Buffalo Chip. You know, South Dakota is a beautiful place to ride too. Even that short hop out there in Sturgis, you know, that's God's country too for us. Even though the mountains are different, it's beautiful up there too. Definitely.
No,
so there's some really good places we've been to, and yeah, thank you for that.
Absolutely, man. Listen, it's over the years, man, getting to know you and stuff. It's been great, and I'm so stoked to see what you're doing with this event. You know, if there ever becomes a way that we can manage to be able to do two things back to back like this, like we want to come to your event.
That's one of my
bad.
biggest complaints is that it's the weekend before our event, and Chris and I are so hands-on.
But we actually have people this year that are doing both events that are bouncing between us. So
I offered to go to Four Corners, but they wouldn't let me.
No.
So.
I mean, I'll let you come on down. You can come on down.
You don't want him, Chip. It's okay. Trust me. You don't want him.
We're working on it.
We got a lot of the usual suspects coming this year. So, of course, they're mutual friends of ours. So I'm looking forward to everybody coming this year. It's going to be fun, I think.
Dude, there's ostrich racing? Are you kidding me?
I'm not sure how that's going to work out, honestly, that piece. You know, when you have a rodeo, you gotta rent the bulls, you gotta rent the horses, you gotta pay the cowboys. I don't know what an ostrich is going to cost us, but I didn't sign that contract.
Well, listen, if you didn't hear before you came on, Mark and I at least are working on
no, they're not
chariot racing with motorcycles, and Heather's not so hot on it, so I might need to work this out with a different event first.
Well, we have, you know, we got the space for that. We got the arena. It might work.
I'm saying.
Oh, Lord help me.
All right, Chip, man, listen.
I like the sidecar mini bikes they use up at Mama United, the indoor one. That's a pretty entertaining race.
All right,
that
man.
Was an old SmokeOut one too.
So listen, coming up Labor Day weekend, if you have the ability to make it to both, we would love to see you at SmokeOut the week after, but you got to get to this one. You got to get to this event. This is fastly becoming one of the premier motorcycle shows across the United States.
I think for next year, our goal will be to have a pre-team at SmokeOut, and maybe Chris and I can maybe fly and check out Four Corners. Unfortunately, this year's too tight for us, but we've got to get there. It just looks like you guys are doing such a killer job.
Yep.
Yeah, we would love to have you. It's always great to hang out with you guys, but you know, you guys are great partners. You've always helped us so much. So yeah, we'd love to keep having you guys around every chance we get, of course. And by the way, congratulations on the Cycle Source TV. I think that's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, right on, man. I appreciate it. You know, we were talking.
I love it.
We were talking about that for quite a long time while we were trying to work on it, man. And like, you know, watching over the last 2 years, the quality coming up, and you know, making little adjustments to it, and waiting for the motorcycle culture to catch on, because
to catch up,
like younger people, my daughter and all of her friends, they're hip to streaming television is all they watch, you know. So
I remember talking to you about this concept a couple of years ago, and you beat a lot of people to the punch, I think. And when you introduced it to me last week, I mean, if people haven't seen it yet, it works great from the technology standpoint. It's, you know, it's like anything else you see. It just works great. And the content that I've looked at, you know, it's great. It's fun. You know, I'm thinking of content I want to create now and pass on.
Man, let's
pass it on.
Listen, that's what I said. Like, however we can get a show produced on the Four Corners Rally, I would love to have coverage. So let's work on that together first and foremost.
Yeah, of course. Love to.
Right on. All right, buddy. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight, and good luck with your show.
Guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone.
Take care, Chip.
Man.
See you, Chip.
All right, everybody. You're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. We are going full in on this one. We're heading towards 90, right?
Oh my God.
We're on our way to 90. Mark, you are not getting out of SmokeOut this year.
No.
I'm telling you now.
I have to go to Four Corners now.
No,
he
you don't.
He made me want to just go there.
Nope, sorry.
Dude, I'm telling you, listen, like we bust balls and stuff about different things, but like seriously, They are really putting it together. What he said, you'll see that cat at so many different things throughout the year, and he's doing his homework, man. He really is, and he's putting the best ingredients together.
Well, as soon as we're done here, I'm calling Pat. So
don't you do it,
Yeah, don't do it, Mark. Nope.
All right, man. So for us, this is that very special time of the evening where we do events with Heather.
Ooh, and my turn?
ShopTalk is brought to you by CycleFish. CycleFish, the most complete list of motorcycle events in the U.S.
Ooh, next weekend. Deadbeat Retreat, Blackthorn Resort, New York, August 22nd through 24th. You can get more information at deadbeatcustoms.com.
Oh.
Change that. Also next weekend, if you're on the other side of the country, Virginia City Roundup. Thanks to Choppers Magazine, Harley-Davidson. Another killer event I wish we could go to.
Buddy.
Are we close enough that we could go to that one this weekend?
Four
Corners Motorcycle Rally, Labor Day weekend, Durango, Colorado. Hell of a good time it looks like, and we can't go, so you should. Please.
You didn't say Durango, Colorado.
It's Silverado. Coming up, somebody just said 18 days. SmokeOut Rally. It's going to be a hell of a good time. We've got Saving Abel, Comancheros, arm wrestling.
Saving Elbows? You were trying to say the headliner band and the arm wrestling at the same time.
Whatever.
For the love of God, Mark, get her out of here.
Get your tickets. Mark will be there. He will be signing autographs.
It's Four Corners?
No, it's SmokeOut, loser.
Oh, all right.
Loser.
Are you going to do the rest of the events?
Oh, there's more?
Yeah.
Kentucky Moto Fest, September 26th and 28th. That looks like a hell of a good time to put on by our good friends, the Shade Tree Boys. You should go check it out.
All right, man. So
Tiger,
listen.
I thought we were friends. You're turning on me. Don't do this.
Everybody loves the idea of chariot racing.
I can't get insurance for chariot racing.
Listen.
We'll make them sign another piece of paper.
No.
So,
even if they wear two helmets?
In response to Tim Stahl missed everything about the garage build-off thing. We had two guests on tonight, Big D and your buddy Chris.
Oh, and Tim, you got volunteered to be our in-house electrician because our normal one.
Yeah.
Hey, can we just take a serious minute?
Yeah,
We need all
absolutely.
of our prayer
Absolutely.
warriors out there. Our dear friend Paul is still in the hospital. He's having a hell of a time. So if you could please send out big prayers for Paul and Tammy. They need all that they can get. So he's a SmokeOut staple.
He's saved our asses. That's code for how much he saved.
If you
our
have an
asses.
RV at SmokeOut that has electricity, it's because of Paul.
Absolutely.
So just
Well, in all
please say
reality,
some...
a lot of electric in general, if the
Yeah.
SmokeOut RV or no RV, thanks to Paul.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's well, we're gonna miss him this year. Something serious. So
Yeah, but please send a big prayer out for him and his family.
And Tammy, if you're watching this, like, our prayers are with you guys, and you know we can't wait. We can't wait for Paul to be back, and
We love you.
And we love you guys.
Yeah, a few SmokeOut people not going to be there this year. We're going to miss. So, for sure.
God, I don't even know how
But
to
you'll
move
be
on
there,
from
Mark.
that one.
I will. Unfortunately, Paul won't, and Ricky won't. I'm going to miss Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky too. But Ricky, you know, for everybody that's been following along with our buddy Ricky since his accident, he is in a really good place. I mean,
yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, I got to talk to Ricky a couple times on the phone this week.
That's
and
amazing.
Yeah, just to hear his voice and hear how good he sounds and how full of life and energetic. I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah, real quick.
Carol's
also,
coming to stay here the next couple of days, so that might change because me and Carol together usually give Rick anxiety.
Oh, good. Well, that would give me
You were gonna say about Roy.
Also, Roy.
Roy Kalahara.
Yeah, poor Roy.
In Sturgis, man. Roy was riding the canyon with a couple guys and ended up going off of a 50-foot cliff, from what I'm told, and was in the hospital out there. Steve Broy's reminding us he's still in the hospital. He's still in recovery.
Yeah.
So we're praying for Roy. Absolutely.
I wore my helmet division last week for Roy.
Aw.
Yep.
Right on.
Right on, man. Well, listen, it's been a great show hanging out with you guys. I hope you dig it as much as we do. Like I said at the beginning of the show, set your reminders and stuff. Send this out to your friends so they know every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast we're going live with this show. But you can watch it in perpetuity on our YouTube channel. You can watch every episode under the live tab. You can watch our live streams, and that's every one of the 319 episodes. We appreciate all of you guys, all of our sponsors, Dennis Kirk for leaving the back door of the studio open, and everyone that keeps encouraging us to do this crazy bullshit.
Guess what?
What?
We have one more show before SmokeOut.
Oh
before
my
we
God.
leave for SmokeOut.
I want to kill you for saying that. I want to kill you for saying that. And
one
then,
more show before we leave for SmokeOut.
Then also, every time I go on the website to do something, I see this at the bottom. 17 days, 11 hours.
Somebody said we had 18 days. That's
well,
not 18 days.
11 hours.
That's less than 17 and a half days. That's less than 18 days.
Great. Big D just fell off his chair.
Right on. All right, guys. So listen, until next week, be nice to each other. You never know what's going to happen. Like, seriously, it's in the blink of an eye. People that we love are gone, or things are changed for them forever. I've never been more aware of this than in the last 6 months. So don't wait until you get some kind of sign about that. Spend time with the people you love. Tell them. Make sure that you do it for them, for you, and get ready for SmokeOut, because
it's coming like a freight train.
Oh my!
You know, on that note, let's keep in mind now. Chris drove 48 straight hours, but he spent like 15 hours here in Pittsburgh. And just to let you know, for some weird reason, every time I'm in the same room with Chris, I work like an effing rented mule. I sweat. I'm broken. You can't move. It's nothing but aggravation. And it was great. So he come to the house. We actually got to eat some dinner together.
Yeah, we had a
the
hamburger.
best part was he left, and I didn't get a phone call till after he was halfway home when he broke down. So it worked out perfect for me.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. All right, man. Listen, guys, take care of each other. We'll see you next week when we come back here. Same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Smoke out, Felicia.
Hey, Gary, I know words like perpetuity. Come on now. Annie. Good night, Annie. So good to see you here, honey.